Well, good day, Michael here. Just thought I'd come out and get a bit of sunshine and do a couple of things. What I wanted to do was retest this knife with the new rope. So I've tested it for an old rope, but it's the Tasmanian Tiger in 9CR14 called the H6. It's quite a nice recurve, which I think works really well. It's hard to sharpen freehand, but on the fixed jig with the small stones, not a problem at all. Very easy. I haven't tried it freehand, but I'm not sure how to go about that, to be honest. But with the fixed jig, stones are small enough that you can get easily on the curve there without any dramas. I could do it freehand, I suppose, just going like that, moving the stone across the blade would be easier. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to go about doing that, but I've figured it out. Anyway, it's not about sharpening, it's about seeing how it performs on the new rope. So the Beluga did 100 cuts for it jagged up on paper. The no-name DC53, which isn't DC53, but probably 8CR, got, or the equivalent of 440A, 440B, got 50 cuts, and the Ganzo 440 got 70 cuts before it had a slight jag on paper. So we'll see how this one goes. I think it'll get 30 or 40 would be my guess. And I tested the Ontario and it got 20 cuts. I definitely think it's going to do better than 20 cuts. So we'll see. I just give it a go anyway. You can enjoy a little bit of my sunshine. It's winter here. So I'm just going to cut on the curvy part there. Not this part because it's not going to work as well. So I used the full recurve. I'm going to do a paper test just to show you. It's a bit windy here, so hopefully the volume will be fine. Right, very sharp enough for the test. And there's all this little bits of paper now floating around. Someone's going to say something about that. Righto, let's proceed. Oh, one day I'm gonna do something about that to stop that happening. Cutting through that pretty easily. I was just watching a video of Cedric and Ada, and he's still asking the question after tens of thousands of cuts on his twisted sisal rope, is it the rope or is it the board that makes the knives blunt? And he just did like 1,300 cuts on Magna Max. That's a lot of rope to cut. It'd be interesting to see what it did on this rope, because his is a bit softer, I think. But yeah, he's still wondering after all this time. And I think that it's a lot easier to cut on board. It takes a lot more cuts than what it does sawing through that. But he just does one push cut, whereas I'm sawing. Anyway, let's see. Only 10 cuts. No worries there. honest, because if it didn't make 10 cuts I'd be worried. I try and avoid cutting into the board. Sawing it does give an abrasion a go on the blade. Alright, it's 20. Should be writing this down somewhere. That's now 30. I need to put my other glasses on so I can better see what's going on with the edge. I think it's looking all right. Yep. One important thing doing this is to keep the board the same. So I haven't changed boards, so whatever it cuts into there, trying to avoid it where I can. It's just the same board. That's 40. Ooh. Is there a slight catch? You can see it's starting to take its toll. Stick that in my pocket so I don't lose it in the wind. I have a feeling it's going to get to 50. Right, yep. No, that's fine. So it's definitely going to get to 50. I forgot to put my bin over here. Right, let's do 10 more, get it to 50. Right. Looks like it's snowing on my table. 50. And it looks like I can see a deformation more up here. You can see where it's getting hung up, tearing. It's definitely getting hung up there. So to be fair on all the other knives, I think that's where we got to stop it. On 50, which is interesting, Christian, because let me just do one more. Some cuts it does fine. Yeah, good enough for me. So that's on 50, which is pretty much the same as that one. So I'm actually wondering if that, hopefully you can still see it because I can't see what's going on there. Maybe that's actually 9CR14, judging by what's happened with that one. So this knife I paid, yeah, a bit more for. It's a lot thicker. But I'm just wondering that actually might be 9CR14 to put it at about the same number of cuts, which would make sense. And that's about right, I guess. 40 cuts. What did I say? This one got about 50. Yeah, definitely hanging up. So we'll call it there. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day. Bye.